called as the Prabhupada and the founder Acharya of ISKCON. So before we start the class, let's do the Guru Pranam and then start. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Namao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we are doing the 13th chapter. Okay, so from the 13th chapter, it is the Jnana Yoga chapters. Okay, so we saw that Gita is divided into three parts. What are the first 6 chapters are called as the Karma Yoga chapters. And the next 6, that is from chapter 7 to 12, it is the Bhakti Yoga chapters where the Lord talks about devotional services. Okay, and then from today, that is the chapter 13 to 18 is all Jnana, where he gives some more knowledge or in-depth knowledge about the devotional services and how we have to perform our duties with devotion. Okay, and he gives us some more deeper knowledge into the duties. Okay, so that's why the chapters are called as Jnana Yoga. Okay, and then the chapter title is Ksetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. That is, here the Lord talks about the nature, the enjoyer, and the consciousness. So philosophical knowledge necessary to free oneself from the material world is. So here the Lord tries to answer these 5 questions. That is, he talks about Prakriti, that is the material nature. Okay, the material nature in which we are all living. Purusha, that is the enjoyer of Prakriti. Okay, we are all enjoying this. We are all the who are enjoying. Okay, and then Kshetra is the body. Okay, that is the the body in which we all live. Okay, and Kshetrajna, that is, there is an observer. We know that along with the soul, there is also a super soul inside. Okay, and who knows everything. Okay, and so so here the Lord talks about the knowledge of Kshetrajna means you are aware of the super soul inside you. Okay, and Jnana knowledge, understanding the Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Jnanam is the goal of knowledge, Paramatma. Why we need to understand this material nature, why we need to understand the Purusha, what is the need to know the difference between Kshetra and Kshetrajna. All this is because we want to understand the Lord, or we want to know more about the Lord. So Jnana has its use in assisting so it has the use in assisting our detachment from the Maya. Okay, so here Arjuna inquires. Okay, Arjuna said, "Oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, the nature, Purusha, the enjoyer, and the field and the knower of the field, and know knowledge and the end of knowledge." The blessed Lord said, "This body, O son of Kunti, is called the field. And one who knows this body is called the knower of the field." Okay, so the Lord calls the body as the field. And he also tells, okay, "O son of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies. And to understand this body and its owner is called knowledge. That is my opinion." Okay, so as I said, along with the soul, there is a super soul in the Paramatma form. Right, in the 11th chapter, we saw how the Lord shows this 400 form in the Paramatma form, where he resides in every living entity in this material world. Okay, so and he also says that he is observer, is constantly, he is the knower in the body, or he knows everything. Okay, he knows, I mean, because he has created us. Okay, and he also puts us into this material world, and he also is controlling us, right? Because he's the controller of Maya. We are all controlled by Maya. Okay, so he's controlling. So with that, he's also observing us. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so this man is doing something on his desk, but along with that, he's also smoking and then talking on the phone. The Lord is observing. And again, this man who is in some intoxicated mode, and he's dreaming about money and all materialistic things, and that also the Lord is observing. And again here, this person is sleeping. Okay, and again this also the Lord is observing. So the Lord tells that I am the knower, because he's constantly inside you and observing all your activities. Okay, so like this. Okay, so the field here, and then you have the farmer who knows what has to be done with the field. Okay, so the Lord here, if you can see here in the sun, you can see the Lord who is observing, the man who's observing the field. Okay, so that's why it's called as the Prakriti, Puruksha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna. That is and all this we have to understand, so that you can understand the Lord better. Okay, so the process to acquire knowledge and reach the Supreme Lord is these are the five important steps in which, or the 5 ladders you say, okay, in which you can acquire the knowledge and reach the Supreme Lord. What is that? The first step is Ananyama. So you have this Anandamaya, Anandamaya, Maya, Vijayana Maya, then Jnana Maya, then, or it is also called as the Manomaya, and Pranamaya or Annamaya. Okay, so these are the 5. That is the knowledge of the field of activities and the knower of activities described by various sages in various Vedic writings. It is especially presented in Vedanta Sutra with all reasoning as to cause and effect. Okay, that is Anandamaya. That is, you are always in a state of happiness. Okay, Vijayamaya. That is, Vijayamaya is, that is you, whatever you do, you are attaining that also takes you into a different world. Then you also acquire some knowledge for that. That is called as Jnanamaya. Then Pranamaya. Okay, that is, you have the life within you. Okay, and then you have the Annamaya. Okay, that is, you also have the desire to feed your body, right? You also have, so your body functions. Okay, your body functions properly only if you feed it with good things. Okay, so that is, so the pranamaya is the life within you, or the living entity inside you. So you have to have. Okay, so you should these are the 5 steps to acquire knowledge and reach the Supreme. So the 5 great elements: false ego, intelligence, the unmanifest, the 10 senses, and the mind, the 5 sense of objects: desire, hatred, happiness, distress. Yeah. Yeah. So happiness, distress, aggregate, life symptoms, and convictions, all these are considered in summary to be the field of activities and its interaction. Okay, so these 5 horses that are driving the chariot of Arjuna. Okay, so you can see here, the first horse is the eyes. Second horse, you can see, they are like the senses, our senses. Okay, you have the nose, then you have the ears. Okay, then you have the hand, then you have the tongue. Okay, so all these are the senses. The 5 elements are false ego, intelligence, the unmanifest, the 10 senses, the mind, the 5 sense objects: desire, hatred, happiness, distress, and so all these are the things one has to control, or these are all the actions or activities that we or interactions that we have in the body. Okay.
Mataji is saying that the host would like you to unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
It is saying
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It is saying.
Mataji, again and again, the co-hosts are asking us.
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
Yeah. So all of you should listen to the class, okay? Yeah. So humility, prideless. Any questions? I will attend at the end of the class. So humility, process of how do you acquire this knowledge, or how one can acquire the knowledge is, so we have two, that is humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of object, okay, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home, rest, even-mindedness amidst pleasant and unpleasant events, constant unalloyed devotion in me, aspiring to live. Okay, so all these I declare to be knowledge, and beside this, whatever there is ignorance. So what all God tells that it is knowledge is if you are human, that is humility, being very humble, pridelessness. Okay, that is even if you acquire a lot of things in your life, you remain humble and not be proud of that, because nothing is yours. Okay, everything is given by the Lord. Okay, and it's just that God is being nice to you. Okay, so you don't feel proud of it. Then practicing non-violence, being tolerate towards others. Okay, being very simple, and you are always clean, steady, self-controlled. Okay, renounce the objects with sense gratification. Okay, even-mindedness. Okay, even if good happens or bad happens, you are always in a self-control mode. Okay, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in solitary place, detached from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self-realization and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All these I declare to be knowledge, and beside this, whatever there may be is ignorance. Okay, so the Lord tells that. So virtues, habits, behavior, and attitude that purifies one life. Okay, so all that. And so jnanam, that is the object of knowledge. Krishna tells that I shall now explain the
Now.
Excuse me, ma'am.
muting and unmuting. Is it Akhilesh or Ravi or who's the other co-host?
Yeah, Mataji.
Yeah. Don't keep muting and unmuting, okay? We have muted all.
Yeah, Mataji. I'm not unmuting anyone, Mataji.
Okay.
Miss Mataji, we are not unmuting. I mute all of them.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, when you mute, even my mic gets muted, okay? Don't be doing that. Yes.
Yeah, Mataji, we're not doing that.
Okay, okay. I shall now explain the knowable, knowing which you will taste the eternal Brahma, the spirit, beginningless and subordinate, to me lies beyond the cause and effect of this material world. So Krishna says that Brahmano hi pratishtatham, I am the basis of the formless Brahma. Brahma is everywhere, the Lord tells. And then the super soul is the original source of all senses, yet he is without senses. Although he is the maintainer of all living beings, he transcends the modes of nature, and at the same time, he is the master of all modes. The supreme truth exists outside and inside all living beings, the moving and the non-moving, because he is subtle, is beyond the power of material senses to see or to know. Although far, far away, he is also near to all. Okay, so I just... So this is an important shloka of the 13th chapter. Karya karana kartatve hetur prakriti uchyate purusha sukha dukkana bhoktratve hetur uchyati. Okay, so you have to practice the recitation also. So the translation is, nature is said to be the cause of all material activities and effects, whereas the living entity is the cause of various suffering and enjoyment in this world. Okay, so Krishna tells that nature is said to be the cause. Okay, Prakriti, it is the cause of all material activities, okay, and effect. Okay, whereas the living entity means we are all living entity here, and so we are responsible, or is the cause of various suffering and enjoyment in this world, because this is a material world. We all tend to get distracted, okay, or we all have desires, and because of that we tend to destroy this world. Okay, so material nature and living entity should be understood to be beginningless. The transformations and modes of matter are product of material nature. Nature is said to be the cause, right? The living entity is in the material nature, thus follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with that material nature. Thus, he meets with good and evil amongst various species. Okay, so we are all fortunate because we are placed at the highest, among all species, we are placed highest. Why? Because we have a mind to think, we have intelligence. God has given us a mind, he has given us the intelligence, okay, compared to, okay, so when you degrade yourself by your activities, okay, then you will fall down one step down. Okay, so you will go lower, okay, so that's how so here it is shown the hierarchy. I said, right, we after 84,000 lakh species we take this human form, okay, and God God blesses with this human form, so we should make use of that form very effectively, okay, or for the good cause. Yet in this body there is another, a transcendental enjoyer, who is the Lord, the supreme proprietor, who exists as the overseer and permitter, and who is known as the super soul, the Paramatma, who is residing within us. One who understands this philosophical concerning material nature, the living entity, and the interaction of the modes of nature is sure to attain liberation. He will not take birth here again, regardless of his present position. So the Lord himself tells that you should understand the philosophy of this material. So we have come back to this material world. Okay, why? Because we have see, unless you attain that perfected level that I showed, right? The process of acquiring knowledge. The Anandamaya state is the highest one. Okay, when, because that is all these gopas and gopis all are in that Anandamaya state. That's why they are all the transcendental state we call. Okay, that's why they are able to associate with the Lord, or they are having that pastimes with the Lord. Okay, so we have to, so that is the highest level. Okay, and so we all start from the Annamaya. That is, first we want to feed our tummy, right? See, we work. Why do we work? Because we are hungry. We are hungry. We want food to eat. We want clothes to wear. We have all sorts of desires that needs to be satisfied. Okay, or that we want to satisfy. Okay, so for that we do. That is the Annamaya state. Okay, then you go to Pranamaya. Okay, so like that, step by step. Okay, so so the Lord tells, one who understands the philosophy concerning material nature, the living entity, and the interaction of modes of nature is sure to attain liberation. He will not take birth here again, regardless of his present position. So again, there are those. So some perceive the supreme within themselves through meditation, others through cultivation of knowledge, and still others through working without fruitive desires. Okay, so all of them are considered to be considered to be one with the Lord, or they all get elevated to be with the Lord. Who are all they? One who perceives the super Lord, one who sees the super Lord within himself through meditation, others with cultivation of knowledge, and others who work without expecting anything, without the fruitive results. And again, there are those who although not conversant in spiritual knowledge, begin to worship the Supreme Lord upon hearing about him from others, because their tendency to hear from authority, they also transcendent in the path of birth and death, right? I told there are 9 types of devotional service in which you can perform, or you can please the Lord. Okay. So, so among that, hearing is also the first one, right? Hearing is the first one. So you hear about the Lord, you from a spiritual master or one who was already in the elevated position. Okay, so you hear about him and then you develop your knowledge. So, O chief of Bharata, know that whatever you see in existence, both the moving and the non-moving, is only a combination of the field of activity and the knower of the field. One who sees the super soul accompanying the individual soul in all bodies, and who understands that neither the soul nor the super soul is ever destroyed, actually sees. One who sees the super soul present everywhere in every living being does not degrade himself by his mind. Thus, he approaches the transcendental destination. One who can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created by material nature, and sees that self does nothing, actually sees. Okay, so one who sees that, so here the Lord is there and he is controlling all the activities in your body. Okay, and you are also able to see in all bodies the Lord. Okay, so such a soul will always be liberated, or will always be one with the Lord. The sky, due to its subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it is all pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in the Brahman vision does not mix with the body, though situated in that body. One who only sees this difference between the body and the owner of the body, and can understand the process of liberation from this bondage, also attains to the supreme goal. Okay, so so the Lord tells, okay, that to attain him. Okay, so you should be liberated from this bondage. Okay, a process of liberation from this bond. That is, you should know the difference between the body and the owner of the body. Who's the owner of the body? And can also understand the process of liberation. Okay, and also attains the supreme goal. So today's learning, or chapter 13 learning, is Krishna is the knower of the field in every body, and he is the ultimate self present in all being. We should associate with good people, develop attachment to pure devotional service, follow regulative principles of devotional service, accept a spiritual master, and from him again begin to hear and chant. Engage in the transcendental service of the Lord. Okay, so that is the learning for today's chapter. Okay,
Ma'am,
and
Srijan want to ask his doubt, it seems, ma'am.
okay.
I unmuted him, ma'am.
Yes, what is it, Srijan?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Ma'am, who was the king that Durvasa Muni tried to kill?
Amrish Maharaj.
Amrish Maharaj. And ma'am, can you please, I didn't saw that BG 13.23 slide. Can you please scroll to that slide, please?
23,
Yeah, ma'am,
yeah?
I will unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
This one?
13.23.
13.23.
No, ma'am, 13.23.
Slide number 23.
No, ma'am, 13.23. BG 13.22. I mean 22. BG 13.22.
This one?
Ma'am, I can't see it. Yes, ma'am, this one. Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, now
This
you
is to show the order of species. Okay, so you have the water. This is to show the order of hierarchy order of the species. Okay, you have the water animal, and then you have the reptiles. Okay, then you have the birds, then you have the vertebrate. All right. carnivore and herbivore animals. Okay. So, and then you have the highest is the man.
Mataji,
Yeah.
Mataji, can you please show that slide which there was, the today's learning? Yeah, today's learning.
Ma'am, I have also one doubt.
What happened? Yeah. So this is the main. So from today's chapter, what you understand is Krishna is the knower of the field. And everybody, he is the ultimate self present in all being. And we should associate with good people. Okay, so when it cannot simply happen, if your association is bad, then they tend to pull you to a bad company, okay, or bad deeds. Okay, and so you should always associate with good people. Okay, and then develop attachment to pure principles of devotional service. Accept the spiritual master and from him begin to hear and chant and engage in the transcendental service. Okay, so today, so the relevant story for today's chapter is Kalya the serpent, where the Kalya, the snake, okay, he comes and tries to occupy the Yamuna, or he wants to reside in the Yamuna river and wants to pollute the entire river and the place around
Mataji, I have one doubt, Mataji.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody who knows the story?
Mataji, can I ask my doubt, Mataji?
Yeah. Yes.
Ma'am, I know this story.
Okay, tell.
Mataji, I'm Adrit.
Yes, Adrit.
Ma'am, one day,
Mataji.
ma'am, can I say?
Srijan, I have already asked Srijan to tell. Let him tell. Okay.
Miss, I will unmute Srijan to tell it. May I say, Adrit?
Yeah. After that, I'll allow you to read. Okay, Adrit.
Okay. I unmute Srijan actually 1 minute.
Yeah, unmute him.
Okay, 1 minute.
Ma'am, one day Kamsa said Kalia the serpent to kill Krishna. So he went on the way to Gokula. He lived on Yamuna river, and he made Yamuna river very auspicious. One day Krishna and his cowherd boys were playing, and their ball fall in the Yamuna river. The boys jumped in the river and swam to catch that ball. And after they take that ball, they came out and they felt unconscious. Then they went to Krishna and said that our friends are feeling unconscious. What can we do, Krishna? Then Krishna said that I will go. Then Krishna jumped in the Yamuna river. All friends of Krishna were very tensed. So they went to Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda came on the bank of Yamuna river, and she was calling out Krishna's name. But Krishna was in the Yamuna river. He found Kalia the serpent, and Kalia the serpent tried to kill Krishna, but he failed. Krishna jumped on the head of Kalia, and he was about to kill him. But then the wives of Kalia came and said, "Don't kill him, Krishna." So Krishna just took out the poison out of it. Kalia Nag was a human, but a Muni said that, but he did something wrong, so that's why a Muni said that he will become a snake, and that's why he become Kalyanag, and Krishna took out the poison out of it and leave Kalyanag. Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, you told that we will get Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shloka in 13th chapter, Mataji. Can you show that shloka, Mataji?
Which shloka?
Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam, that prayer one, Mataji.
Okay. Yeah, I showed, no, that time. Okay, at the end of the class, shall I show? Let's
Yeah,
finish
Mataji.
off this thing, okay?
Yeah, Mataji.
Yeah, so it so happens that this Kalia, no, he'll come and he'll try to pollute the Yamuna river, and these boys, okay, and these animals in Vrindavan all will try to drink that water, and all of them will fall unconscious. And later again, Krishna, with just his looks or glance, he will just try to glance on all of them, and everybody will come back to life. That's how he protects all of them. Okay, and later again he want to also warn Kalia that he should no longer stay there and pollute that water, because all of them are suffering because of the poison inside that. And so what he'll do, he'll make use of the pretext that when they are playing, the ball falls into the water, right? So Krishna wants to utilize that incident to teach a lesson to Kalia. Okay, and so he jumps into the water, and these Krishna's friends all get very scared. Okay, when Krishna gets into the water, because they all saw that by just drinking some little water, they all fell unconscious, or they were not able to have consciousness. And so it so happens that Krishna, what is it? You wanted something?
Yes, Mataji, I'm Adrit.
Yeah.
I was told you will let me tell the story.
Yeah, read this slide. You are able to see the slide? Read the dialogues.
My own story, may I tell, Mataji?
No, read.
That what like how Srijan said.
No, you read this dialogue in the slide here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, what happened? Yashodama, I have a bad news for you. What happened, Sudama? Why you are panting? What? Yes, we were playing beside the river. Suddenly, the ball fell down into the river, and having seen the Krishna jump to the river to bring the ball, we tried to distribute him, but he didn't listen to us. No, it can't be. There is a dangerous and poisonous snake called Kalia living in the river. Then Krishna is going to be. No, please, let's go. Mataji, my own name. Mataji, can I speak? Mataji,
Yes.
say my own one like Srijan, yes?
Yeah, tell, okay, say.
I can, but one day in the forest, Kalyanag was actually not sent by Kamsa.
Yeah, he was not sent. Actually, Kalia was not sent by Kamsa Srijan. He himself comes and he'll see Vrindavan is so very beautiful place, right? Because wherever God resides, the place becomes very beautiful. It'll be full of greenery. It'll be well-nourished surrounding. Scenery will be very good. Greenery and water. Okay, Yamuna river will be flowing. So it'll be very pleasant place to live, and nobody disturbing the Kalia. And so he plans to stay in there. Yeah, continue, Adrit.
Huh?
Yes, continue.
One day, that Kalia snake, that day he long ago was captured by Garuda.
Yeah.
Then that long before there was a fight with him, with Garuda, because eagle and that snake that got together. So he had to come and live there. Then Krishna gave his footprint and left him.
Yes.
So Garuda could not touch him.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Very good. Okay. So it so happens that when he comes, he'll fight, okay, Krishna. Krishna will fight the Kalya, and then he will also warn him that, but actually Kalya will not listen, okay. He will also plans to kill Krishna, because Krishna has come to warn him, okay. And they both fight, and then later Krishna will try to kill him, and then his Nagapatnis, okay, Kalya's wives, they all start praying to the Lord, okay. They will say, please excuse our husband, okay, and leave us, we will leave this place and go. And that's how Krishna will forgive Kalya, and he'll tell him that you should no longer pollute this place, okay. So it's a warning for us also. See, God has given this material earth for us so that we keep it safe and nice, okay. But we people do not, we end up spoiling the environment around us, right? So it's a lesson that the Lord is teaching us also, or is a warning that the Lord is giving us also, that we should always keep our surroundings, the environment given to us, okay. So he has bestowed us with this material earth, and we should save the earth, right? We should keep it in a make it a safe place for everybody to live in, okay. And later it so happens that Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, and all Sudama, everybody comes and they wait at the bank of the river. And Mother Yashoda gets worried that Krishna is not to be seen. Okay, he's jumped into the water and he's not to be seen. And Nanda Maharaj pacifies her. Okay, so don't worry, Krishna will come up. Okay, and then after some time, Krishna defeating Kalya, he raises up. Okay, when Nagapatnis all perform puja, he will forgive Kalya, and he will dance on the hoods of the Lord. That's how he raises up, and everybody in Vrindavan will get to see that scene, okay, where the Lord dances on the hoods of the snake. Okay, so the Nagapatnis pray Krishna to excuse Kalya, and Krishna ordered Kalya to leave Yamuna and stay in the ocean. And so that's how Krishna, he will leave that place. Okay, so today's one more story is Krishna and the fruit seller. Anybody who knows the story? Let me clear the hand raise. Yes, who knows the story? Rishit. Yes, Rishit.
First, once there was a lady who was selling fruits. So Nanda Maharaj was buying a few, but so he traded some grains to the fruit seller and got some fruits. And Krishna also wanted some fruits, so he ran to his home taking some grains in his hand. But by the time he ran, in his tiny hands, all of them fell and only 2 were left. When he gave them to the lady still accepted it by Krishna, and she gave all her fruits. And after that, because she accepted it, when she headed to her home to get more fruits, she saw that there were gems full of in the basket, and she thought that the god did it, and she just threw it in the nearby river instead of being greedy to take it.
Okay. So this is a story between of Krishna and a fruit seller. Okay, so who will read? Dhruv, read. Dhruv?
Mataji, can I read?
Yeah, Dhruva, read.
Somebody is muting me, ma'am.
Okay, read, Dhruva.
One day, a fruit seller came near his house. Fruits for sale, she called out. Krishna loved fruits, and so he sat at one. Once went out to the fruit seller and said, "I would like some fruits, please, but I don't have any money to pay for it."
Yeah, I can read.
Mataji, even Shreya.
Yeah, next.
Shreya.
The fruit seller.
Yeah, read.
The fruit seller woman felt a great love for the little Krishna. "I won't take money from you," she said. "You can give me anything else and I will be happy."
Mataji, after I can read that.
Okay, read.
So little Krishna ran to the house. He ran right into the grain room and picked up a handful of grains and went running back to the fruit seller. But his little hands could not hold so much grain. Little by little, all the grains fell out from the hand. When he reached the fruit seller, he had just 2 grains left. Here you go, he said, holding out his hands to the fruit seller. I've got a handful of grains. The woman saw that he had just 2 grains left, but she smiled and gave him all her fruits. When she went back at home and opened her basket, to her surprise, she saw that it was filled with precious stones. Krishna was very pleased.
Ma'am, you muted everyone, ma'am. Ma'am, I unmuted Dhruv.
Yeah.
In exchange for few grains. Ma'am, when I was viewed, did I read this full thing or?
Yeah, this one you read fully.
Krishna was very pleased with the simple devotion of a fruit seller lady. She filled Krishna's tiny hands with fruits in exchange for few grains. As soon as she kept the grains in her basket, it turned into the precious gems and jewels. Because she had given everything to Lord Krishna without expecting anything from him, she had been given a reward. Moral: always share your things unconditionally.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so this is a story where there is an the Lord rewards for the gentle act of the fruit seller. Okay, it so happens that Krishna will want to eat. Okay, there will be a fruit seller who will be selling fruits near Krishna's house, and it so happens that he gets very attracted with the fruits that she is selling. Okay, so it's a very fresh fruits, and but he will not have any money, and so he'll come. So one day a fruit seller came near his house, and Krishna will want to buy them. Okay, and then he says that, but he will not have any money with him. And he'll come and ask her for fruits, and then the lady will say, I don't want any money. You can give me whatever you want. Okay, whatever you have, you give me, and you can take the fruits. And so Krishna also doesn't want to simply take the fruit. So he'll come back home. He will take few grains. He'll pick up few grains because he's a very small boy, and his arms are very small. Hand arms are very small. Very small quantity of grains fills into his hand. And he will start running towards the lady. And when he's doing that, most of the grains fall down on the ground. Okay. But he wants to give her some grains in return of the fruits that he's want to borrow. And he goes running, and when he reaches her, most of the grains would have fallen, and very few grains will be left out in his hand. And but then the fruit seller sees Krishna, and then she laughs. She'll laugh to herself, and then she'll say, "It's fine. Whatever you have got, put it into my basket, and you can take the entire fruits." Okay, and she'll give him the entire fruit, though he had brought very little grains for her. She sees the innocent child making all the effort, going to his house, getting some grains for her, doesn't want to take the fruits simply, right? So she sees that act, and she gives him all the, and Krishna and Krishna later rewards her. Okay, so when she goes home, she sees that the entire basket that she was carrying the fruits with is all filled with jewelry. Okay, which is all filled with jewelry, and she'll be very happy to see that. Okay, and then so that's how Krishna fills your pocket. Okay, or he rewards for the fruits. Okay, so that's why Krishna tells that don't worry about the result. I will give you the results. Let's simply perform your duty. Whatever duty you perform with devotion. That's what the Lord tells. Okay, so that's how he is going to reward you also for all our acts.
Ma'am, it is also known as akarma, ma'am.
It is also what, ma'am?
Known as akarma.
Yeah. So that's what. So the Lord gives you, rewards you by your. So that's what he keeps. It's told right in the chapter we saw that he resides within you. He'll continuously be observing what all your activities are. Okay, so based on that, he will suitably reward you. Okay, so he will observe, and he will keep giving you the blessings. Okay, so you should be very careful in whatever you do. Okay, so we should always try to perform good acts. We should never think envious about others. Okay, so he gave some what are the good qualities, right? So tomorrow chapter we will see how he teaches us, okay, where he clearly tells what are all the divine qualities, what are all the demonic qualities. He will clear-cutly tell. Okay, then our next chapter. So because she had, and the lady, okay, she only sees that small boy, and he's such an innocent child that he wants the fruit, but also wants to give her something in return and not take it freely. And though he did not have money, she said, it's fine, you can give whatever you have. She was not greedy, that she did not chase him off. Okay, because sometimes we do, right? If we see some small children, we'll say, okay, you either tend to cheat them or you try to shoo them away, right? We do all such things. Okay, but this lady, she was not. She was kind enough to the child. Okay, and she also gave him all that she had without expecting anything in return. So that's how. And later the Lord himself rewarded her. So the moral is always share your things unconditionally. That is, you should not have any conditions that I do this, and so you, I will do this act so that I get something in return. That is called as you are applying a condition. I do something, or I sit and study so that tomorrow you will have to buy me a bag full of chocolates, or you have to buy me some gift, like that. Okay, you put some condition. It should not be like that. Okay, so you should simply do your duty. Okay. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, all of you once recite.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Who asked about Guru Pranam? Manvi.
Yeah, Mataji. I'm Akhilesh, Mataji.
Akhilesh. Yeah. This is what you were asking? I'm showing.
Yeah, Mataji.
Yeah.
Not this, Mataji.
This one, This one?
Yeah, Mataji.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mataji.
I shared,
Got it.
I have shared. Maybe again I will share. I had shared in the starting classes.
Mataji, your network bandwidth is low.
Okay, fine. You are able
Mataji,
to hear me, right? Yeah, so that is actually the end of the chapter 13. Okay, so we will meet tomorrow for the 14th chapter. If you do not have any doubts, all of you can leave the class. Those who have doubt can stay back, okay?
Mataji, your network bandwidth